To study about the environment. Okay, so we are going to study about environment. So what is all we are going to study? So we will study the environment and then biosphere, then habitat, and then ecosystem. So this is all we are going to study about in this topic. So first, let's start with the environment. So environment, what is environment? So environment is a natural component in which biotic and abiotic factors are interacting among themselves. Okay, biotic is living and abiotic is non-living. So that means the living and non-living are interacting among themselves. That is called as the environment. So this interaction shape the habitat and ecosystem of an organism. So habitat and ecosystem we are going to study in further. Okay. So in a biological sense, environment constitutes the physical. That means the nutrients, water, air. So these are all physical. Though these are all physical matters. Okay. Nutrients, water, air, these are physical matters. Then biological, that biological factors are biomolecules, organisms. So these are the biological factors. And chemical interactions, that means the chemical cycles, carbon cycle, the nitrogen cycle. We know that there are carbon cycle and nitrogen cycle. Okay, so all of this makes the environment and all the interactions are going on in the environment. Okay, and they affect an organism or a group of organism, all of them. Okay, so the physical as well as biomolecule as well as the chemical. So these three of them affect the organism as well as the group of organisms. So this is the environment. Okay, where the interaction is going on between the living and non-living as well as the chemical components also. Okay, so all organisms are dependent on environment. Okay, all the organisms are, not a single environment can survive by itself alone, not depending on other. It is not possible. All the environment are dependent on, all the organisms are dependent on environment. Remember this, all organisms are dependent on environment to carry out their natural life process and to meet their physical requirements like food, energy, water, oxygen, shelter. Okay, so to meet their physical requirements, the organisms are dependent on the environment. Okay, so this is environment. Next is the biosphere. Now what is biosphere? Now biosphere is the biological component supporting life of the earth, which includes lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. So this, you know that there is life on lithosphere, that means on the land. You know, now we as human being, we are living on the land, so we are part of lithosphere. Then hydrosphere means the water bodies. It may be ocean, it may be a lake, it may be a small pond. So that is also part of hydrosphere. Then atmosphere, that is in the air. So we know that there are birds which are living in birds which are flying in the air. Then there are small insects also which are flying in the air. So these are also part of biosphere. Okay, so biosphere is a biological component supporting life. So we know that air supports life, then water also supports life, and lithosphere, that means the land also supports life. So these are the parts of biosphere. So biosphere includes all living organisms on earth. Remember, biosphere includes all living organisms on earth together with the dead organic matter also. Okay, and the biosphere is absent at extremes. Why? At North Pole and South Pole, it is not possible to survive in life. Okay, it is not possible for life to survive. So that is the reason biosphere is absent at extremes in the North and South Poles, because of the highest and also at the highest mountains and the deepest oceans. Because in these places also it is not possible to survive. So this is the reason you will not find biosphere in the highest mountains as well as the deepest in the oceans. Okay, as well as North and the South Pole, because these are the extreme areas and this does not support the life. So you will not find biosphere in these areas, since existing hostile conditions they do not support life. So this is the reason you will not find the biosphere. So life is the characteristic feature of the biosphere. Life is the basic characteristic of the biosphere. Okay, you will only call biosphere if there is life. Without life, there will not be there. You cannot call it as biosphere. So remember, life is the basic characteristic of biosphere. Now you may say, sir, that you may think that there are fungi and the bacteria which are living in the extreme condition also. But yes, they are. Occasionally spores of fungi and bacteria, they do occur at a great height beyond 8,000 meters, but they are metabolically inactive. Okay, they are metabolically inactive and hence represent only dormant life. So this is an exception. So basically biosphere means the lithosphere, the hydrosphere or the atmosphere which supports the life. You can call it as biosphere. So here you will find this is the hydrosphere, this is the atmosphere, and this is the lithosphere. Okay, and which supports the life. Now the next is the habitat. What is habitat? Now, habitat is the physical environment in which an organism lives. Habitat is nothing but the address of an environment, address of an organism. Okay, habitat is the physical environment in which an organism lives, and it is actually a address of an organism where the organism is living. That is its habitat. So many habitats make up the environment. Okay, a single habitat may be common for more than one organism which have similar requirements. For example, in water you will find big fish also, small fish also, you will find shark also, you will find whale also, and you will find goldfish also, the small fish also. Okay, so there are different type of fish, but they have similar requirement, that is water. So it is the habitat of the fish. Okay, so that is their common address, that is called as habitat. For example, a single aquatic habitat may support a fish, a frog, a crab, phytoplankton and many others. So habitat is nothing but the address of an organism where the organism is living. So the various species sharing a habitat thus have the same address. Okay, example, forest is also a habitat, because you know in forest there are a lot of different living beings who have similar requirement. They live in the forest. For example, tiger is also organism, tiger is also animal, right? Then deer is also animal. Then birds which live in the forest, they are also organism, they are also a creature. So forest is their common address. Similarly, river. Okay, river you will find the crocodiles and then fish and then crabs. So similarly, river is the address of there. Okay, so this is called a habitat, nothing but the address of an organism. Okay, so here this is an example. So here you will find this is the polar habitat. Here you will find the penguins and other animals which are staying there. Then in the desert region you will find the camels are there, then the reptiles, the snakes are also there, then the scorpions are also there, small insects which are used to live in the desert area, they are adapted to live in the desert area, they are also living in the area. So desert will be their common address. Okay, similarly in the jungles you will find different type of animals. Okay, here in the hilly area also you will find different type of animals. So this is their common address, that is the habitat. So each habitat is different. Each habitat is different. Now these concepts are very important, because there you will get the conceptual type of questions on conceptual type of questions from this exam. What is habitat? How is habitat different from environment? How is habitat different from ecosystem? Okay, and how is habitat different from biosphere? So you will get this type of question on the concepts. Okay, so remember this. Now we have seen habitat. Now the next is ecosystem. Now what is ecosystem? Now ecosystem can be visualized as the functional unit of nature. Functional unit of nature, the small unit where living organisms like producers, then consumers and decomposers interact among themselves and also with the surrounding physical environment. Now you may say that this is similar to the environment only. No, there is basic difference. The basic difference is they are dependent on each other and they have limited spaces, specific and limited spaces. In environment there are a lot of spaces, but in a single ecosystem there are limited and specific spaces only. Okay, so an ecosystem can be of any size but usually encompasses specific and limited spaces. So this is the basic difference between ecosystem and environment. Okay, this is how ecosystem is different from the environment. So in the ecosystem, biotic and abiotic components are linked together through nutrient cycles and energy flows. Remember, these words are very important. You will get direct questions from this. Okay, these lines are very important. You may get direct questions from this. So these concepts are very important. So in an ecosystem, remember, biotic and abiotic components are linked together through nutrient cycles and energy flows. How? So nutrient transfers from one animal to other animal, and this is how one animal is dependent on the other animal, one creature is dependent on the other creature. Okay, so everything that lives in an ecosystem is dependent on the other species and elements that are also part of that ecological community. So in an ecosystem, a particular ecosystem, each and every creature is dependent on the other component of a ecosystem. Okay, so if one part of an ecosystem is damaged or disappears, it has an impact on everything else. So it is a cycle, it is a chain. Okay, and everything is dependent on each other, and if one thing is missing in the ecosystem, if one thing is missing in the chain, it will impact the whole ecosystem, it will impact the whole chain, and the result will be seen, the outcome, it will be disastrous, and it may actually wipe out the ecosystem also. So for example, if you have to see, we will see a example of the forest ecosystem. Okay, now habitat was just a address. Okay, habitat was just a address. Now here we will see how is the ecosystem different from habitat. So habitat was just a address of the organism. Now in the ecosystem you see this is a forest, and now in the forest the birds are dependent on trees, and small insects which are there, like for example birds are dependent on the mouse. Here you will find mouse. Okay, and then the squirrels, they are also dependent on the trees and the small fruits which are there. Then the rabbits which are living in the forest, they are dependent on the bushes to eat, they need the green grass. Okay, then there are decomposers, the small decomposers which decompose the organic matter. For example, dead animals are there, and these decomposers they are dependent wholly on the dead organic matter. Okay, so if you cut down the trees, in the forest, what will happen? So this squirrel, it will lose its home. Okay, and when the squirrel will lose its home, it will be wiped out. For example, if you cut this tree, the birds will lose their home, and when the birds will lose their home, there will be no one to eat this mouse. Okay, or a small insect. And what will happen? The amount of the insects will grow, the amounts of mouse will grow, and it will be a disturbance in the ecosystem. So for example, here if you cut down the bushes, if there is no grass in the forest due to the, for example, consider that due to the forest fire, the whole grass is burned down. Now what happened? The rabbit will have nothing to eat and it will die. And what will happen? Those animals which are dependent on rabbit, they will also die. Okay, so it is a chain which goes on. Okay, forest food web. So this chain will go on, and because of this, the forest is in the forest ecosystem, each animal is dependent on the other animal, and it is very important to conserve this ecosystem. Okay, and it is same with the other ecosystem also. For example, in fish, now we know that there are a lot of fish which eat the small fish. Okay, so if you kill all the small fish, the big fish will also die, because they are entirely dependent on the small fish, right? So if you keep on killing, if you keep on fishing the small fishes, then what will happen? The big fish will also die, because they will have nothing to eat, right? So in this way, in an ecosystem, everyone is dependent on each other. Okay, and here you will find that there are three type of creatures. First are the producers. So here the producers are trees, right? Trees and shrubs and bushes and the grass. Those creatures, that living being which produce their food by themselves, they are called as autotrophs, right? Autotrophs. Now autotrophs, they produce their food by photosynthesis. Okay, now these autotrophs produce their food by photosynthesis, and later on what happens? For example, this rabbit, it eats this grass. Now this rabbit is eating this grass and the energy is getting transferred to the rabbit. Now what will happen? This animal, it will eat the rabbit, because this is carnivores. So the second is autotrophs. Is after autotrophs there are heterotrophs. Okay, and then there are decomposers. They will decompose. Okay, so autotrophs will be eaten by the heterotrophs. Okay, and again in the heterotrophs there will be carnivorous animals which will eat the vegetarians, right? So the rabbit is a vegetarian and it will be eaten by a carnivorous animal, maybe lion or tiger or wolf. Okay, and after that, when the lion or the tiger, it will die, that will be decomposed by the decomposers, and the dead body of the tiger or the lion or the carnivores or whatever animal it is, if it is dead, it will be decomposed by the decomposers, the small decomposers. And again the nutrients which was there, which was coming from the green plants, it will again go into the soil. So this is a cycle, right? First the nutrients which came from the green plant, it went into the rabbit, then rabbit was eaten by the tiger, and again the tiger, it was dead, again the nutrients went to the soil after decomposition. So in this way the nutrient cycle will go on continuously. Okay, so this is the reason, to save the ecosystem, it is very important to save each and every animal, and this is the reason we are focusing on the conservation of tigers. Okay, because tiger is also an important aspect of a ecosystem. Okay, now this is all about the environment. In our next lesson we are going to study about the ecology. Okay, we are going